the countdown is going.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
0. Boom.
Damn. Okay. Anyways, again, this is MLG Shakur Spato with OMGAntehor as our green Zerg and bMFeNoM as our red Terran.
This is round 3 of the OMGYUMYUM Bronze Silver Gold Weekly number 7.
bMFeNoM will be spawning at the top right as our red Terran, and the bottom left, the green Zerg, we have OMGAntehor. Anthor is going to go ahead and send that Overlord to the right. He will not see anything there. Best part about Shakur Spato is as soon as that Overlord gets there, you'll know exactly where your opponent spawns through elimination. However, you know, most of the time you're going to send out a scouting drone anyways, because Overlords are very slow creatures.
They are. Ooh, and Phenom had a bit of a misrally there on his command center. He sent his 9 SCV to try and make Supply Depot. Got him halfway there and decided, no, I don't want to do that. Lost a little bit of mining time there.
That happens. You know, some games are decided in seconds. Some aren't. You know, that could make a huge difference. It might not. You know, it happens a lot in Protoss games when you make your sentry just 1 second late, and then you have 7 roaches on top of your ramp. You know, things like that happen. But
it's terrible.
We will see if it makes a difference in this game. You know, that 5 minerals for about 5 seconds, it could make a huge difference, could not. We will see. Barracks coming up for our Terran player. OMGAntehor, on the other hand, is sending out two drones. One's to scout. It is actually head to the vertical position with the scouting drone. Like you said, the other one's head for the hatchery. It should be going down now.
I will make sure to scream at Anthor after this.
Yes, man, we stressed it so much, and then it happens. It just makes you upset. Nope.
Of course you can't hear us. That kind of be cheating.
SCV is going to go straight to the right base. He's going to see this expansion. How will he respond back at home? He is finishing up this refinery, so it's early gas from him. Going to finish the waffle in our supply depot, so that's going to prevent this drone from having a good day and doing its job.
A pool just now coming down for Anthor. It's a bit late.
Right.
But he does have his gas up.
Pretty excited to see what it does here. I'm a huge fan of doing the Spanish build as a Zerg player. He does have all the supply and timings right. Let's see if he actually does that. However, we do have a Marine coming across the map. Are we going to see a bunker placed down by Phenom? He's saving up some money.
There's an SCV just chilling at the natural of Anthor, and there goes a bunker.
Anthor sort of chased the Marine with the okay. If Anthor is not doing the right move, he needs to pull down way more drones to actually be able to handle this, because that Marine's gonna... And he keeps on poking the bunker instead of the SCV. He's not targeting the right thing. Is he making some Zerglings? Yes, he is, but it will not make it in time. Is he gonna kill the SCV? He almost has it. No, he does not.
So close. And this bunker is gonna finish, and he needed to make a spine crawler.
Right. He still can. Now. He needs to micro these Zerglings quickly. He needs to make a spine crawler right outside the distance, and as those Marines try to get in, he needs to start trying to pick off the Marines.
He's making a baneling nest.
He may try to bust his way out of here, but that expansion's lost because now 3 Marines... He may decide to do a run by. That's exactly what he's doing. That will effectively cut off any reinforcements. However, his macro is also slipping. He needs to start making an Overlord. 2 just popped.
And we have a tech lab coming down in the factory for Phenom. Anthor is not going to be able to save his natural. He needs to make a spine crawl at the top of his ramp and get ready for these Marines when they come up.
Right. He needs to actually cancel his queen as well, or he's going to lose 150 minerals. I don't exactly know what he's going to do yet. He does have that baneling nest at finish. Zergling speed is coming out. He needs to prep at the top of his ramp, because these 4 Marines are going to be up there any second now, and he doesn't have a proper reaction to it. We have a factory already down, actually, and siege check being researched.
A second barracks coming up. Anthor looks like he feels like he's in a comfortable position when he's really not. There's no spine crawler. There's just now coming down. He has
Right,
really
and
no defense besides...
he's
Oh, 6 banelings.
pheNoM is going to poke up this ramp with the SCV, or not. Well, he needs to see exactly what's going on top of that ramp. But this bunker is just going to sort of sit here, be a good contain. Our Terran player has actually taken... He hasn't taken a comfortable macro lead. He is sitting on 21 harvesters while Zerg player is playing on 20. So our Zerg player isn't as far behind as we'd like to think. Another bunker's being made, but SCV is only on 5 health. The Queen's just going to hit it right there. That's dead. The Queen actually may lure out the Marines. There, he's got selected right now. What's he going to do?
Anethor is pulling back his,
He's running his Zerglings into the bunker.
He just wasted them.
And he's also going to lose his Queen.
Oh, here come the banelings, though.
Just killing the Queen is good enough. I'd trade a bunker full of Marines for a Queen any day. Losing most of his banelings to that as well. pheNoM was considering a push. He had a siege tank and 4 Marines. I actually wouldn't have minded him doing that push. He still has great army advantage over our Zerg player.
He does. Anethor does have a layer coming up, so I don't know if he's gonna go baneling speed and just hope for a baneling bust, or if he's gonna tech up higher.
Regardless, he needs to either be extremely aggressive or he needs to just sit back and start macroing up with this loss. He needs to do some type of creative play though, because pheNoM's just getting more and more army units. And here's a bunch of Zerglings like you mentioned. Spire also coming down with that hatchery halfway finished. Centrifugal hooks also being researched. Baneling speeds, just, you have to have it if you're going to have any chance of beating a Marine tank army.
Yeah, there is an expansion coming up for pheNoM, and their expansions are pretty close in their timings. But it's as a Zerg, you don't want to be on equal bases. You want to always be one of, which of course Anethor won't be. And it just really hurts that he did not finish off that SCV.
Right.
So close.
It was a very unfortunate thing right from the start. But you have to have the right responses, because this is actually, to all you Zerg players out there watching from lower leagues, you just have to have the proper response when a Terran player is going to try to bunker rush you like that. So you either need to pull off at least 4 of your drones, and you need to kill the SCV and any Marines and push them away, or you need either one, you need to put down that spine crawler, because spine crawlers outrange bunkers.
Anethor does have 3 Mutalisks coming up, but there's enough Marines here that those Mutalisks won't matter, and there's missile turrets in the main.
Right, those 3 Mutas aren't going to help at all, because those Marines are just going to kill them instantly. The missile turrets have one of the best anti-air attacks in the game. Those are also going to take down the Mutas extremely fast. The only way these Mutas will actually help in this battle is if they attack while the army is moving out and the tanks are out of position. But as far as the form of rest, this will not work.
Looks like pheNoM's going to come down and secure his natural now.
Right, and I actually wouldn't be opposed to him doing a push either. He does have... as soon as he has enough energy, he should put down a mule and he should put down a scan. But Anethor is just so far behind right now. On the harvester count, we still have our Terran player ahead by 8 harvesters now. That is absolutely huge in Zerg versus Terran, because Zerg should always be ahead in this matchup. Their units aren't as cost effective as the Terran players, and if he's this far behind, it's very bad. Overlord's going to get picked off, adding to his worries, and he will get that much closer to being supply blocked.
Anethor needs... There's a starport coming up for pheNoM, and Anethor needs to take another base soon.
We actually missed it, but these 2 Mutalisks actually tried to poke in. One of them has half health, the other one, their 3rd brother, has fallen in battle.
Oh no. That's terrible.
I'm actually pretty curious about this. Anethor's researching Flyer Carapace level 1. He's researching air armor. And he doesn't exactly have enough Mutalisks to make that cost effective, because there's just so many more Marines to these Mutalisks that there's, no matter what upgrades they have, they're going to get torn asunder unless Anthor can come up with really good macros and just make more and more drones. He doesn't. You can see he doesn't have that many army units out. Obviously, the Terran player can just walk up any second and stomp him. But he's playing. Our Phenom's playing surprisingly passive. He needs to be more aggressive. He could win this right now, but he just seems to be content to stay back.
Marine Shield is just finished for Phenom, which will make his Marines that much better against those Mutalisks.
We've got these Banelings rolling across the map, and I think I really like what Anthor's going to do here. He does have Burrow, which is 10 seconds away from finishing. Is he actually going to try to do a Baneling landmine strategy here? That is one of those creative play things I mentioned earlier. He needs things like this to come back. He needs to do strategies that are just completely unconventional and that can take out entire armies. And he needs to actually do this right now if he plans on, because that army is moving out. You got 5 Banelings, and those are instrumental right now. He needs to bury them, but they're just going to sort of stay there. The Zelnaga has these in vision. He's just sitting back. There he goes. He has them burrowed. Will this actually work, however? Here we have the Terran army about to go over. Is he going to explode? No, he is not. Anthor.
No.
Phenom's going by again. Oh, wow.
He missed a huge opportunity there. And his infestation pit is just finishing.
Has died.
His infestation pit just finished, but he's not going to have infestors up in time.
Right, and now the trick's revealed, and Phenom knows that he has Burrow. He knows he has Banelings. Here comes the siege tanks going to siege. All the Banelings are going to explode in the tanks instead of the Marines. All the tanks may die, but that doesn't change the fact that you have over a dozen Marines about to push up your ramp. We have 26 Zerglings about to pop. However, it's too little, too late.
Those Banelings, that hurts so much. He did just load a bunch of Marines into his medevac. Oh, and he's going to drop them into the main.
It looks like it's going to be over. We do have a bunch of Zerglings that just spawned. It's going to clean up the drop relatively well, because they're driving one at a time, obviously. But those siege tanks can also move up any second. We have a bunch of Banelings being morphed in. That should be able to handle this attack, but Anthor is going to lose a lot out of this. The siege tanks might even clean up the Banelings well enough.
I'd like to see him burrow the Banelings at the top of his ramp.
That's a good idea. However, Phenom does know it's there, so he's going to kill all of the Banelings, though. Or all the Marines.
And now, he does have... I thought he still had some Mutalisks on the field somewhere.
He does. They were right under natural. They are no longer there. Nope.
They would have been so good right now to pick off these tanks that are just in the back.
It looks like Anthor actually did a good job to get Phenom out of his base, but, he took down the natural. He's on 2 full mining bases right now. Phenom could just literally A-move and win at this point. He may have to worry about a few Banelings, but, he has 2 siege tanks. Just keep him in the back, get that contained, and that will be perfect. He has medevacs, he just elevator up as well. I don't see how Anthor can win this game.
There's a 3rd base being made for Phenom right now. He is making infestors.
Infestors are a very good choice, but again, it's too little too late. Fungal and the Banelings will work, but those 3 siege tanks in the army, or no, he actually has 5 siege tanks total on the field now. Those 5 siege tanks will shut down Anthor's entire army almost by themselves.
Yeah, that is true. We look at the income page, we see that Anthor is he's 20 harvesters behind, and that's just, you never want to be behind as a Zerg, let alone
You never
20.
want to be behind by 20, yeah.
That is ridiculously high amount. And I think Phenom decides that he wants to end this right now. He scans on the Banelings to see that there's 6 of them, and he's like, I don't care, that's only 6, I got this.
Anthor trying to make his last stand. All 2 of the tanks are going to siege up. He's just going to leapfrog up with these tanks. The infestors are trying to get in range to Fungal, but one of the infestors just walks off and dies. Nothing is happening with these infestors, and all the Zerglings and Banelings are dying. Nothing is going right for Anthor right now. His main is almost mined out, so he won't even have a source of income soon.
I think, and Anthor is going to have to pull all of his drones and just make a last stand right here. And then hope that he can just
He
pull
did
this
get a
off
good
and
fungal.
counterattack.
A lot of the Marines are on low health, but the medevacs are quickly going to heal them. All the Zerglings are going to come down now. A few of the Banelings are popping. However, none of the Marines die because the siege tanks are just so strong when you've got a good contain. And that's
Anthor GG.
GG from Anthor.